Coach, this is such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the Green Bay Packers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in off a loss last time out, but they're still in the midst of a good stretch here. Winners of 7 of their last 9 games. Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Dolphins, they've been cooking these last couple months. Winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
Crunch time, defense. Kill.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Here's Rodgers to throw. And that's complete to Adams. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork. Knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you follow him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
That's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 5.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter, as that's a 1st down. How about to start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive going to plan so far. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Yeah, the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
3 catches last week. He's got 3 in the first quarter here tonight.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. And 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be 2nd and goal. A look at the starters defensively for the Dolphins. They were very good in the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
I just consider myself fortunate that I'm not in charge of the offensive line. They give him 7.
And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Building confidence after a loss, that's a good way to do it. The loss last game, but first drive here in this one, cashing it in for 6.
And they can talk all they want about putting a loss behind them. I think that drive there did more than any conversation they had, don't you think?
That's exactly right. Puts that to bed. And this is what they said all week long. A lot of things they needed to do differently. But whatever they said appears to have worked. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. They will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback from UCLA. It's Josh Rosen.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
A check on Breida's numbers from last week. 19 carries, 97 yards.
And a rushing title's definitely within sight, so the excitement on the offensive side of the football, I mean, they're bouncing off the walls wanting to get out there, but they also understand that they're going to face some really stacked defenses down the stretch.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary from that outside linebacker spot gets in there. It's a loss of 9. And let's see, the Packers defensively 6 DBs, so a dime look on 3rd.
Could play coverage or bring pressure.
Here's Rosen. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
A gain of 3, 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it with Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be brought down with the 1st down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
They try and run on first down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
One thing that really impressed me about Joey Bosa is that he doesn't sacrifice the run game trying to get sacks. This guy really knows how to hold the point of attack. Great leverage.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That's how we do it.
Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Raekwon McMillan, it's his 20th sack of the season as he continues what could be a record-setting campaign.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin him back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On first down, it's Rosen. And he's got his man on the out route. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
But that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, here's Breida. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now a give coming right is Breida. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, last drive they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And now it's Rosen looking. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They needed a yard. They got it. First down.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got a shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he'll give it here to his running back. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there. Check safety.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Miami. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Bullock good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown for the Dolphins. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He completes it to Hunter. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Makes it 3rd and 5.
The Packers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Now, they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going...
And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Za'Darius Smith able to record his 5th sack of the season. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Breida. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. With that run, double check my math, yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end's right. Tight end's right.
Rosen on 1st and 10. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 18 big yards on that one and a Miami 1st.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. James Conner leading the way with 77 yards rushing. From there, we're off to check out another game. And they were losers in that one as they fall to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. Russell Wilson, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, see what's happening with the Bengals. And it was the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars that go home with the victory. Mitchell Trubisky, strong in the victory, as it pushes his guys back above the 500 mark on the year. In our game, it's been the UCLA man, Josh Rosen, with the strong first half. His guys lead, though, by only a field.
The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. The tackle made by Todd Davis.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Now Rosen on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Rashawn Gary able to drop it that time for his second sack of the evening. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Well executed there on second down, so do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in a long-distance situation. You might come back again, because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And it's caught by Parker. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
Here's Rosen to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick, make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Throwing on second and long. Rosen. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
Here's Bullock now for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up in 6 points for the Dolphins. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
From the 30 on second down, Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the program, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. And they give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 38, Rodgers throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 39. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll run on first down. Jones. Joey Bosa in on the stop.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they're going to have a third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker.
It's 4th down.
So on is Matt Prater now to try a field goal here. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And the 38-year-old vet able to split the uprights. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Rosen and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. The drive starts with a completion left side. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Breida, he'll try the right side. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? You just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Slam, slam, slam.
Now they try the right side here. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They run with Breida. And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
It's a gain of 6. 1st down, Dolphins.
54 Mike. Switch up, switch up.
Once again, they run with Breida on 1st down. And he's going to bring this one down to right about the 20-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. On 2nd and 1, Rosen complete. It's Johnson. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. And they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down if they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up. That'd be the time to do it.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, he's just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 9 good yards there on the run, and now 3rd down. Well, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now Rosen. And is it a touchdown? No signal. No, they say incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't begin.
Now a draw play. This is Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Now Rodgers throwing on 3rd and long. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Packers go for it. Rodgers. Rush coming, and he's taken down. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for a strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so that's not mission accomplished. It's darn close.
So Aaron Rodgers and his offense down by 13, a little under a minute 50 remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with, now look out, Rodgers He's lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Did they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Rodgers going to try and throw on third down. Funchess has it complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Now Jones. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. The bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And no move to get the offense off the field. Despite failing once, they're going to go again here on fourth down. Here's Rodgers. He's got the tight end, Sternberger. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And that's complete to Adams. Give him 18 on that play, and Green Bay has the first as well. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. This offense was on the move. Now two straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
He's crashed.
One final try now for Rodgers. Making the catch is Sternberger. And here he'll get it down to the 7. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish. Just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Dolphins, it's an important win for their playoff hopes.